Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Prep Talk podcast, hosted today by Fulfilled by Max and Pete's Flips. We have a very special guest, QFBA. I'm very happy to have him. Great energy on Twitter, always, a good time. But welcome, Q. I appreciate you joining us today.
No, I appreciate y'all having me. So thank you.
Heck yeah. So Q's like, we've never actually been on a Zoom or anything like that, but we've always just had good vibes going back and forth. So why don't you tell the audience a little bit about yourself, how you got started, all that good stuff, and we'll hop into it from there.
Yeah, of course. But now I'm just here for the vibes. But I just started on Amazon because I got laid off from work in June. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in on myself 100%, see where that takes me. Like for the whole month of June, I was basically like coasting, doing everything by myself. And I was like, yeah, this is not it. So the beginning of July, I just like decided to tap in, posted I think my first or second video on Twitter, and ever since then, I guess I could say it was the best decision I could have made for my Amazon journey, and now I'm here. So,
Bro, for sure. Like I saw your first video and I dropped the follow like immediately. I was like, I think that was right around the time I posted my first video, and I was like, 100%, he's gonna make it. Like I got the good energy. But how are the first few months treated you? Like what have you learned? Like what are challenges, that sort of thing?
Yeah, and I want to just address that. You're one of the day one, so appreciate that. But in regards to challenges, honestly, like last month was back to school, so all you had to do was just buy like 3 A's until you made money. So it wasn't that too bad, but like slinging packages to like 2 a.m. I guess that was the biggest challenge because I'm 100% FBM right now. So same thing. And
my brother,
honestly,
yes, sir.
It's easy money. That's all I gotta say. Like it's as long as you find people to network with and like aren't a weirdo online, like it's not too bad. You just gotta hold yourself accountable, and that's about it. Just that 1% each day, and that's what helped me. But in regards to challenges, it just be slinging those packages.
Just be slinging the packages. Oh, for sure.
And then with FBM too, like you can have a product that's super light to ship. You save $1 FBM or rather than FBA. And let's just say like overall, right? You do that 4,000 times throughout an entire year, which is definitely possible for a lot of people. That's $4,000 extra in your pocket in profit. So dude, FBM 100%. I wish I could do it. But I don't think I have the brain power for it. So you got me beat in that aspect.
I do want to say, like, when I was doing the back to school packages, I'm like, it's not for the light, like it's not for the faint of heart. Like slinging 100 packages a day, keeping track of everything and making sure it gets out to customers on time. Like, yeah, it definitely want to outsource that if you can.
Are you a one-man show?
Yeah, it's only me.
100%. No help. No, like, oh gosh, that can be daunting. Yeah.
Well, you got a little crew. You got a crew that you like.
Yeah, one man show in regards to like packaging, just everything, sourcing, all that. No, not sourcing, but like every night I hop on with a few guys. I'm just in there sourcing, just talking about Amazon, things like that. But for the most part, yeah, it's only me.
That's how it starts. And the next thing you know, in December, you're going to do like, y'all are going to all do 6 figures, freaking 100% FBM. You might not hear from each other. And then like in January, you'll catch up and be like, oh my God, like that, did we just lose a month of our lives type stuff? So yeah. This is going to be cool.
So you've been doing FBM, all FBM. Do you have any like plans to get into a prep center at some point, or like when would you think about that, or do you just love the grind of FBM?
Hell no. Yesterday, I was like feeling just like a bit rough. Like I don't know if you could hear it in my voice, but like didn't feel well. So I had to pack up like 300 units for FBA, and I kept on like messing shit up. I was like, it took me like 3-4 hours to get everything situated. I'm like, yeah, I don't care if it costs more. I'm gonna need to go to prep center. So
you're playing Tetris right now. Like you're probably combining boxes. You're messing it up. Dude, that's horrible. I started to just like I'll only do like one SKU at a time because I'm ordering bigger. So it's like if I'm prepping, it'll just be like one item, so I don't have to think. If I have to start thinking, I'm screwed. I'm not a very good thinker. But one thing I think that most folks listening would be really interested in is Win Course.
One course.
Win course.
So I need to lose about another 2K, and I'm thinking about dropping the course. And I'll
That's,
be in the future.
that's one of the things that I think a lot of people enjoy about you is you're super authentic with what's going on. Like you're learning, you're just living out in the public, and you don't really give a shit. I think a lot of people vibe with that for sure.
And I appreciate it. I mean, like, my whole philosophy with that is why lie? Like, one day, like, you're going to be out there, your whole presence is online. Then people meet you in person. And then if they don't see what they see online, it's just like, what are you doing? Just try to be yourself. That's why I try to live by. But thank you.
For sure. I think that like a lot of people that are just getting into Twitter or Instagram or whatever, they're like, it's so easy for everybody. And it's not. Like everybody has their own struggles and everybody's, doing their best. But so like, what is your favorite part of like the Amazon community, just selling on Amazon, that sort of thing?
So honestly, like the biggest part that like I've loved for this last month is like posting a random question on Twitter and getting an answer in like 10 minutes. Like that's the best part. That's what I loved about the Amazon community. And I don't know if you guys see my tweets all the time. I'm like, opportunity is abundant. Like just being able to share like your struggles and just like what you're finding that's helped you and not like looking at it as like a detriment. Like I've just been able to like cruise because of that. Cause I'm like, I have no enemies. So I'm just like, I'm out here just chilling. But just trying to be amiable and all that. And just like having that personality trait be a benefit to you. So I guess like that's it.
Yeah, just putting out good vibes. Cat always puts out good vibes down there. He's always doing random shit.
I just do things, man. Like I don't really think too hard. I feel like that's a problem. Like no, it's actually probably a benefit because people get stuck with like sourcing and everything when they first start. I don't know if you struggle with this, but like what is it called? Like analysis paralysis. So I think just doing stuff like beats, over analyzing every day of the week, especially if you just kind of, the ropes, you learn from your mistakes. If you learn from your mistakes, it works. If you're not learning from your mistakes, then no. But yeah. So how you were like, were you an analysis paralysis or were you just like Billy Bob that joint?
What happened? Last month, I was just Billy bobbing everything, to be honest. Like I had $0 in my bank account. The Amex, I was like, either I make money or I go bankrupt. We'll see what happens.
That's my philosophy every month, actually.
Yeah, just like
hopefully it works.
Yeah, we'll pray.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I remember we were on live with Miles. They were like, "Yeah, what's your spend goal for like every month?" And I was like, "However much Amex gives me, dude. Like, if they give me 150 bands, I'm gonna spend 150 bands, and probably the first 2 weeks of the month, and then I'm just gonna FBM and FBA the packages and focus on the admin stuff for the next 2 weeks."
Yep. And you sell your soul to make it work. There was a kid that Sadiq introduced us to yesterday. His name's Jack, and he was just like, just gonna spend as much as I can, and I don't really care. And he's like 19 or something, and it's just like it's so impressive what these young kids are doing. But yeah, I don't know. It's
impressive. Good vibes only.
Just back yourself into a corner and rip.
It's like because there aren't too many things to think about for it at all. Like there's like few stages when it comes to spend, and like as long as you have something moving at least like 1,000 units a month or just like above that 500 mark, like just buy. If it doesn't sell and Amazon goes under, then you have bigger problems to worry about than you going bankrupt, because if Amazon's done, yeah.
But yeah, that would be remarkable if Amazon like caved in. I cannot like, I know that they've been like making like ungating more difficult and stuff, which for us is kind of a benefit, like in some ways, but it probably really is not that hard. They're probably just buckling down for Q4, making sure that a bunch of people don't come on and like treat their clients poorly. Yeah. But yeah, what are your like Q4 goals? I guess like what are you aiming to do for Q4? How are you preparing?
That's what I mean. He's prepared. He's already 100% FBM. What's left to prepare for, bro?
Stupid question.
Yeah, what are you talking about? He's ready. He's been ready since the day he started.
like right out the womb, just had a poly bag in my hand, just like, yo, he's gonna be slinging packages for his living. But
Where are the
no,
bundle stickers? Where are the bundle stickers? That's how he came out. Polybag in one hand, asking where the bundle stickers
No,
are.
he came out with that big ass roll of bubble tape. That's what he came out with. That huge ass thing.
can't see it. But like for those who know, can you see? This is
It's still blurry. Oh, the DoorDash.
you know. But no, honestly, my plans for Q4, spending as much money as I can because like my plum limit's a bit sticky. But if I'm going to be FBMing, just get those payouts, put it on the plum immediately. Just see where I get, like see where they take me. Try to go down the credit repair guru route yesterday. Got my Experian account locked like 5 minutes after I tried.
They like locked it. What does that even mean? Like,
I don't know. It took like so won't go into that. But I did the credit repair stuff, kind of. And like 5 hours later, they're like, "Oh, you can't access the Experian accounts." I'm like, "Oh shit, I'll figure that out next week." And then I just went back to what I was doing. But to be honest, like my Q4 plan is just spend money, buying what I'm buying, and just running out the plum, and actually sending my old inventory into FBA, so I just have room because everything's in my apartment right now, and like
okay.
it's rough.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because I know when I FBM a lot, not as much as I used to now that we have the prep center and stuff, but like I FBM a ton. And when something that I get that I think I want to FBM kind of sits around, I would always ship it, after a couple of days, at most maybe a week if I didn't make a lot of sales. So I was gonna ask you, you right now you're not even rotating your inventory at all.
Yeah, for me, it's when in doubt, FBA. So I buy, and usually what I'm buying like right now is selling out. Like I'm getting decent sales a day, but if it comes to like, as you said, like a week or whatever it may be, then I'm gonna send it into FBA and see what happens. But I've been lucky to find items that I'm able to constantly rotate through and through. But yeah, for the most part, if it doesn't hit that, then it's straight to Amazon.
Yeah,
Okay.
word. I was like, dude, does he have like products just chilling there from like 4 months ago, like when he first started and everything that he's like been holding on to?
No, not at all. Yeah, my timeline is like a week and a half because I'm thinking, with the payouts and how like the pay periods for Amex goes and all that. I'm like, okay, it's been sitting here for 2 weeks. Gonna send it into FBA, see what happens, and that's how I go about that.
Valid.
So you're all out of an apartment. Does that present any challenges? Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I live in an apartment or student dorms. I can't do it." Like, how are you navigating that?
Only thing is I can't get any play, but you know, beyond that, just have a room to sleep, desk to work, and then packages scattered behind me, and that's about it. That's the only challenge. Like,
So yeah, you got shot down on a date when you brought up Amazon. How did that go? You got I don't know if that's made up, if that's banter, or like tell us more.
So I'll drop this. Like most of my troll tweets are half truths.
Okay.
I did drop that. Like that was a real story, but the same day she did text me back. So it went well.
All right. So Amazon is not prohibiting you from getting with the ladies. That's good to know. That's noted. So Kat and I we wanted to do this like return of the day concept. So it's like a new little segment that we'll do. Let me pull up mine. Kat, I know you have got one off the cuff. That's wild. Q, if you have any.
No, I actually bought a little show and tell piece that I wanted to show everybody. For my return of the day. So I actually sold a pair of shoes, and they returned the package. They didn't like the shoes, but the shoes transformed into a Backstreet Boys t-shirt. I think it's a woman's in a size small. So I don't really know what to do with it. I'm not a woman's size small, so I think we should just like have a giveaway or something with it. We'll think about it. Q, what should we do with this amazing pair of shoes?
Well, what I would do immediately, download Tinder, say, hey, free shirt. Swipe right on everybody, and then give it to the first person you match with. Even if they may be like a 4XL, doesn't matter what they look like. Just give
I
them
mean, me and Pete are cuffed, so we might have to have Max pull up.
We'll have to ship it to someone. Yeah, we'll ship it to someone and he can use that.
Yeah, I'll ship it to you and then you put it on your Tinder profile.
Yeah.
All right, bet.
We're exchanging gifts.
Appreciate it.
Exchanging gifts. Let me see. I've got mine right here. So I had one today, actually. I don't have it with me. I could run and get it, but I'm not going to. I don't know what the hell I sold, to be perfectly honest. I have no clue what the fuck this is. But I got back a bra and I got back a women's swimsuit. So that's fire. I'm super excited for that. Kat, what about the one where the parent?
You sure that was the return, bro?
What?
No, I'm playing.
Yeah, no. Okay, fine. I ordered it for myself. Kat, what about the one where?
I posted on Twitter the other day.
Yeah, that one.
So, yeah, I have a big problem where parents like to buy their kids stuff, and for some reason, their kids either too small or too large for accessories that shouldn't really matter about what size you are. So
like they're adjustable.
Yeah, like adjustable products, like one size fits all. It's like my kid's too big. And if your kid's too big for a one size fits all product, I think it's not that you need a new product. I think your kid needs to hit a diet. I think that would be maybe some exercise, jumping jacks.
Oh,
that would be fire. You know, just send him the jumping jack his way to the post office to mail me back my stuff.
Some FBM packages. But for real, she fat shamed the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lit him up. She said, I got a fat kid and this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
If I was on my last leg and I was in that situation, I'd definitely look up a workout plan and send it up.
Chat, send it. That'd be so funny.
Just like, account health's on like 5. Screw it.
Yeah, just send them like a Michelle Obama, like take your kids like running for an hour article or something.
Yeah.
Oh man.
My stories aren't as extravagant as those. Honestly, like the worst part I got, I mean, obviously I just need to pump more, or I'm just lucky with returns, even though I had like 50 last month out of the 1,000 units, which is not horrible, but for the most part, the one I got was I sold some socks. Someone said they're not soft, then returned them and gave me an inauthentic complaint.
Ooh.
That was about it. But otherwise, no, I've been pretty lucky in that department.
Were you able to beat your inauthentic?
Yeah. That afternoon.
A lot of my man. I had to submit like 30 times on one. And it was brutal, but we got through it.
Yeah, I'm at submission like 15 on one, and then I also contacted customer support. So hopefully my boy Oshkosh can get some work done and carry us to the victory line, right?
Oshkosh, no bagosh.
Dude, he knows. He was deep in there. He was like, send me this. I was like, yes, sir. Yes,
you gotta get his email. You gotta get his email because like that.
Oh, I got it. I got his phone number, bro.
Okay, he's gonna be the crew's like Amazon rep going forward.
Yeah, bro. Game over.
I remember the last time I called.
Every inauthentic, getting beat, everything. Game over.
For seller support, has there ever been a moment when there wasn't like someone outside of the U.S. answering your calls, or is it?
No. I've had people from the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah, I had one last week, but they Oshkosh was actually like way more helpful. I'm not even gonna lie. It was surprising because usually they're not. They just kind of like defer you. Yeah. But Oshkosh was the man.
You'd be shocked
Oshkosh,
at like
if you're
how
watching this. You're the man.
You'd be shocked at like how brutal the training programs for these folks are. Like it's not really their fault. They get 2 weeks, they're thrown in their fire, and then they're supposed to act like they know how the company works. I worked at Apple for a little bit, and the attrition rate in like phone support is brutal. Like I had a class of like 20 or 30, and like they were all gone and within a month. They just couldn't handle it. And Apple's like a simple product relatively. Amazon, I can't even imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds right.
So let's see here. So what has been like the biggest lesson for you? Maybe it's like mental game or, tactical, like that you've learned so far throughout like the last, like, was it back to school, whatever the case may be?
Shoot, how do I own? There's a lot. There's a lot. But I feel like it's all mental. Is like the most useful aspect, like learning that I've had for like the past 3 years. To be honest, like just realizing like you're the source of all your results, no matter good or bad, and taking responsibility for that. That like that's life changing in itself. Like if you aren't where you're supposed to be or where you think you're supposed to be, then that's your fault. Like you can't blame anybody else. Just got to put in the work and just not complain. Like cry if you must, but just
I've shed a tear too.
yeah, just a little bit. But I feel like that's the biggest one. Like there's been a few, but like that's one I always fall back on. Like it's all me. Like
Yeah. Well, and I think that's what like is so awesome about the network is that like if you're having a bad day, they can pick you up or whatever it is. And it's I mean, Cat's had bad days, I've had bad days, and then I just yell at him and I tell him that he'll be fine and life moves on.
Dude,
Like,
I remember like in the beginning of the month, I literally was like, there was like freaking 2-3 days where I was just like down because I was so mad. I talked about it in the last episode, but Amex clipped my limit a little bit. But then like Peter just like, dude, like so what? Like you messed up, made a mistake. Worry about the things you can control. Don't worry about what you can't control. And honestly, I think Kenna told me that same advice. But like I didn't listen to her because it didn't come from another Amazon seller. So Kenna's my girlfriend for context. And she was like, wow, so all I have to do is get Peter to tell you things and like you'll listen. And I was like, yep,
right.
That's the solution.
Just give her my number and then I'll just start telling you things.
Pete, what would you say yours was?
It's got to be being around people that you aspire to be like. Because my Amazon account has been open for like 6 years, but I didn't really take it seriously until the last few months, and I just had all these limiting beliefs about what could be done, what was possible. I bet you if you look at my school messages with Miles, it was like me being super tentative, and then he was like, just "Stop being a bitch and just do it." Like, just like I mean, he didn't say that specifically, but he was like, "Stop thinking so hard and go." And then just being around other people that talk about it has been really uplifting. Like at my 9 to 5, if I were to bring this up, they'd be like, "It's not possible. You can't do that. This is no way to make a living," whatever it is. So that's been super helpful. Kat, what about you?
I don't really know, man. Like I just don't think about things. I just do stuff. So like there was no like learning curve. I guess don't worry about, like literally, like I said, don't worry about the things that you can't control because there's a lot of stuff I can't have. Like if dude, like I literally put this on Twitter. If little Timmy's balls get stuck in a zipper and like his mom wants to give me an inauthentic, like I can't control that, but I got to fight the inauthentic. So that's the one thing.
She's not even filing right. That's a safety claim. Like she's
yeah, bro, come on,
filing the right one.
But like that those are the things that I think a lot of people stress out about, right? I think when we see, forgot to print my labels to ship my packages on time. And then you're like, oh my God, like my late shipment rate's dude, just ship the rest of the packages on time. That's the only thing you can control now. Instead of worrying about the late shipment rate, just try to fix it.
Yeah.
That was for sure what the biggest one is.
I feel like I don't know if I can say it like this, but like a top performing mentality is just like you figure it out when you get there. Like just like for the whole entrepreneurial aspect, just like you can't think too much in the beginning because a lot of the time, like we're in environments where we're catered to like, oh, you can only make a living working 9 to 5, blah, blah, like 90% of businesses fail. Well, 90% of businesses fail because people give up because they don't think they're doing it.
100%.
So like just constantly compounding your actions every day and just figuring shit out when it gets to that point, like that alone put you ahead of so many people. And like, I guess I could say it's a huge learning. People try to they take a while to understand.
Yeah, I think that a lot of, and this has been something I've done as well. So I'm not like looking down upon anyone when I say this, but so many people get like, they want the business to be operating at 100% before they've started it. And so like they're trying to figure out all their tax situations, all of these things that aren't even a problem until you're selling stuff profitably at a high volume. Like that's what you need to figure out first. So don't worry about it, then refine it once it becomes a problem. It's as easy as that. And I was stuck there for a minute, so I totally get it.
Max is still stuck there, bro.
Max gets stuck there every day. Honestly, what I'm saying, podcast is going so well, we might just have QB our third host. Like maybe we'll just clip him. We'll just clip him.
No, we can't kick him.
No, I know. I was looking forward to the back and forth between Q and Max. That would have been great. But my boy's helping some kid that got bit by a bat, probably. So,
yeah, he's probably gonna text us in like 45 minutes saying, "Guys, the bat bit me. I think I have rabies."
Or he's gonna be the real Batman.
Oh,
nah, chill.
Hey, put it out. I just watched Batman. I watched all 3 of them, and now I kind of want to be Batman, like Cat.
Dude, everybody wants to be Batman. If you don't want to be Batman, you're not a real person. You're a figment of my imagination.
I just realized I've gone like on a Christian Bale like binge. Like I hit the Batmans, and then I hit The Big Short. They're all great films. But yeah, got to be Batman.
Minus the trauma, right?
The what?
Minus the trauma, right?
Oh yeah, minus the trauma. I always say this, but a little bit of trauma like really never hurt anyone. Like that probably just puts a little edge on you.
It's character development.
What?
It's character development.
Yeah, character development. Yeah, I mean everybody's got it, and you can't you just got to lean into it a little bit. Not trying to minimize anything, but make it your edge. But so like if you had to throw out a number for Q4, we like doing public numbers here. I got Deke up from like 200 to 3.
Just December?
Yeah, just December. We'll just do December.
I've been telling everybody 150K. Like I go to the bank, they're like, "How much you gonna make?" I'm like, 150. Okay. Are you on track? No, I'm gonna make it though. That's my mentality, and it usually works out. Last month I was like, "I'm hit 30K." Are you spending enough? I don't know, but I'm hit it.
Yeah,
and I did. And that's a huge thing as well. Like setting like an intention that's like completely in the stars, and it doesn't matter if you hit it or not, because like the vicinity where you land, it's gonna be some impressive ass shit. So 150K it is.
All right, 150K. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Manifesting is like totally legit. Like if you just keep saying stuff and you act like it's gonna happen, you'll come close at the bare minimum.
No idea how, but it's going to.
It's going to happen. There is no way it will not.
When you guys hit new goals, like you guys have this problem where like you don't feel nothing no more. Like you hit like 100K and you're just like, yeah, I knew that shit was gonna happen. On to the next one. Like, it's not as satisfying.
Well, it's because you proved because the first one gives you such a dopamine hit because you didn't think it was possible and then you did it, but then you're like, oh shit, now I got to do it again, and I can do it again. Like it's not complicated to do it again.
Yeah, now I know what I need to do, and if I do this again, I'm gonna be extremely like successful in that aspect. Like that's the whole mentality, and then you're like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. I know I'm just gonna sell my soul for the next little bit. Like, I mean, I'm talking about coming out to PA for December, the whole deal.
That's gonna be lit.
Where are you from?
I'm from Connecticut, but I moved to South Carolina for my last role. So that's
that might be the first South Carolina person we've met.
Yeah, I guess so. In theory.
What are the taxes like there? Like for sales?
They're horrendous. It's 9%. Yeah.
And my man's making it work.
Yeah, I'm making money, so yeah. Selling apparel, which is interesting. But yeah.
Okay. So
to say the least.
That is, I think Corey's in North Carolina, but I mean his business is all like automated at this point. I'm sure he's got it all dialed. But like South Carolina, that's a first. It's a first. Usually it's Pennsylvania. So where do your FBA stuff go? Is that like North Carolina or?
Yeah, it goes to Charlotte, CLT2. Very, very quick checking times. Like last week I sent one in, checked in yesterday. What day is it? Is it
I don't know. I don't know what day it is anymore.
Yeah, I think it checked in yesterday. But yeah, a very, very quick check-in time. It's either CLT2, Virginia, or F2, or AB9 sometimes, or AB8, whatever it is. But I don't have issues with check-in times. But it's just FBA is the opposite of speed, so I'm FBM.
All right. Yeah, that's so true. You gotta do everything with speed. I mean, like you've grown your Twitter following really quick. You're doing like so you're in like your third or fourth month.
Yeah, I guess so. Like officially,
Time doesn't feel real anymore because like I feel like I've known you on Twitter for like 6 months.
it's been a while. It feels
Feels like it.
but like I zoom out, I look at my seller app. I'm like, June was my first sale, and it's just like
That's crazy.
makes no sense.
Did you do the roadmap?
Kind of,
Kind of.
kind of went halvesies on it with a friend,
Alright.
and yeah, that was about it.
All right, because I thought I've seen you in one of the calls.
Yeah, I was
I
there.
didn't know he didn't do that. I didn't know he did that. Nice.
Yeah.
That's huge. That's huge. I mean, that gives you a leg up for sure. Like just getting some of the concepts down, and then you just get pumping FBM. But sweet. No, I mean, I think we can go ahead. No, do you have any like closing words or anything you want the people to know?
Just opportunities abound. Of course, that's about it. That's
man.
it.
Hell yeah.
That's all I have.
Risk isn't real.
Risk is not real. That is a good
Risk isn't
point.
real. Money's not real. Credit's not real. It's all made up. So just do whatever you want and worry about it later because
Worst
it's not
scenario?
real.
What's the worst case scenario?
Worst case scenario. I mean, most people I feel like trying to do this are younger, right? If you're single, if you're like living on your own, worst case scenario, move back in with your parents for some of you, you know, maybe like start up an OnlyFans to raise capital. That's like worst case scenario, literally. Like, or if you have an LLC, your LLC files bankruptcy and you're chilling.
Getting a job.
Do you have any like side hustles or anything that you're doing in addition to Amazon?
No. Slanging packages is full time.
Hell yeah.
Because I was in tech sales before. Doing that, making 400 cold calls a day, it's not it.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's where my expertise is. So I'm not going back to that because this is a lot freeing. Waking up at like 10 and then going to bed at like 12 to 4 a.m. is a lot better for me. But yeah, worst case scenario, I'll go be a server on weekends or at night. It's like,
Yeah.
it's
Who
too
cares?
easy. I feel like it's too
Fun.
easy.
Well, it's so much fun. And then like that is something that I think people struggle with is like just taking like the ego check of like downgrading, but you're actually more free. Like if you have to go be like a server and you still have your freedom and you like, I think that's a better way to live.
100%. Yeah, I did learn that money's not worth the freedom at all.
No,
Like
it's
not
not.
at all.
No.
Like I'm a lot happier than I was then. And I'm like, honestly, it's like catching up to what I was making before, like not consistently, but it's like, I honestly can't complain.
Yeah. No, I mean, Gary Vee talks about it. You gotta prioritize happiness and everything will fall into place. Like you gotta enjoy what you do. And like the banter on Twitter, selling stuff online, it's fun.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot better than the alternative.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with Gary Vee on that.
What, just doing things you like doing?
Yeah, I'll do whatever it takes to make money. Like it's not
Well,
about
then you like money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Money does make me happy.
Okay.
But on that,
Oh my gosh.
have you guys on that aspect when you're younger, or I mean, we are all pretty young, but like with the opportunities that were presented to you, I know you probably get this a lot, but like why Amazon? Like I was faced with like a ton of other things, but I just chose Amazon because it resonated, quote unquote. And I was just like, I could do this. But like
Yeah.
Kat said, if it makes him money, he's gonna do it. How about you, Pete?
That's a good question. I mean, I've been flipping for a while. Like I did like eBay and that sort of stuff.
Gymnastics.
Nah. Yeah. Gymnastics. No, but Amazon, I understood it. And then I just had some experience with it. I've always kind of been like a little bit of a hustler. Like I was like buying used books on campus and flipping them up, that sort of thing. And I always got a thrill from it. So I think that was kind of why Amazon, it just resonated with kind of my nature. But Kat?
I have an addiction to money. It's like crack cocaine to me. Maybe a little bit of mixed with crystal meth or something. But like, I'm like I said, I'll do anything that I need to like to be where I want to be when I want to be there.
Yeah.
And it's not about the I'm chasing my happiness in the aspect that like I said I want to be Batman. Like I want to drive cool cars. I want to literally like own a dope house and like be not really worry about money when I'm like 40, 50 years old. I want to just be chilling, enjoying my days. So for me, it's like I'm chasing a different sense of happiness, I feel like. But yeah, I just saw people making money on Amazon. Amazon's a familiar platform. I was like, why not just run it up? And then, I mean, I don't think there's anything that I can't do. And like, that's my mentality. There's nothing that I really can't do in life. If I want to do something, I'm gonna do it. So saw people making money. I was like, let me get in on that. Next thing you know, I'm making money too.
That's just you doing stuff quick because you saw Basile, you're friends with them, boom, bang, done.
Yeah.
What else did you what did you think about doing?
I lost a lot of money in the stock market and crypto.
Okay.
I made money, I lost it, and then I actually no, because I graduated high school in 2020, so I haven't had like a long stretch. So I got out of high school, stocks, crypto. Then I'm 19, still I was doing decent with that. Then I lost all my money, worked at Chipotle, got into tech sales, hated tech sales. Now I'm here. So it's not like a very long timeline, but like my primary goal is just like that stock and crypto aspect. But I can't say it's money is a goal. It's more like freedom and one of the best things, because it's hard to like want to pursue that money when you have the freedom. And like at the end of the day, like if I'm getting money for freedom, but I end up getting that freedom, then do I need to get the money again? Then just training myself to want to maintain the freedom by having the money. So it's
I like that. These young kids, they understand what's up. They do. I mean, they come out of high school and they just get ripping. So yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, the college scam's dead. It really is.
100% it is.
Like
it's dying. Like media and education is all becoming decentralized. Like it's crazy to watch.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think I just thought about this because I am in my MBA and like I'm so deep, I just got to finish it. I'm literally in like my last 2 classes this semester, so I was like, all right, I can't just drop out. But I'm in entrepreneurship, and
you're learning about entrepreneurship.
Yeah. Nice. So I'm learning about entrepreneurship, and like he gives us these case studies, and I'm just ripping these people apart for like being stupid, like not even for like actually doing things wrong, but just for being stupid. Like,
well, they're afraid. They're still like asking for permission and stuff. And that's like something you learn.
No, I mean, I'm talking about like the case studies from the textbook. Like she's like, the one case study was like, oh, she spent all of her money before actually like finishing the product and like bringing it to market on like media campaigns and stuff. And I was like, how the hell do you market a product you don't have? And like I just ripped the quote unquote like fake entrepreneur apart. And I was like, yeah, like maybe if she didn't spend all her dang money chasing her 5 seconds of fame, she'd have like a working product that she could sell. It's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like some people, I don't know. Do people find that hard?
So with my very, very limited experience in corporate, you'd be surprised how many companies don't have their shit figured out.
Oh, it's horrible.
And like, it's a trend. Like none of them know what the hell they're doing. So if you get a foundation and like actually use common sense and don't focus on like, obviously focus on money, but like just focus on making good stuff, you beat 95% of the competition. Like,
I think that 100%. I think that one thing that I've noticed over the last like 4 or 5 months is that a lot of people really struggle to prioritize. They don't know how to do it. And so like that is a skill that I think a lot of people in Amazon need to have. And like in the corporate world, I don't see it at all. Like,
how do you guys prioritize? Like, do you guys make lists? Do you guys make, schedule your days? Like, are you guys super organized, or it's like, you just take on things as they come?
P, you could go first.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, it really depends on the task. If it's a 5-minute deal, I'm just getting it done. Like I want it done. I don't want to think about it ever again. And so I've got like a little Trello list that I have it. I just like boom, 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 get done with it. Um, and then I guess related to like Amazon, um, first priority is revenue. So finding new products and then making sure that stuff's selling through and then making sure the account's healthy. That's kind of like, those are the three that kind of move the needle. Um, and then I also put effort into like social media and that sort of stuff. So like those are kind of like, I think that I limit my focus and then I try and get things done very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Q?
I'm huge on vibes. Like most of the time, I'm just ripping it. Like for the most part, I want to focus on highest ROI activities. And like, for example, like I'm gonna use this. I use back to school because it was like a huge showcase of my personality. Like I literally I quit my job on August 1st, and like for that whole month, I slept like 4 hours every day, like collectively, because I was just excited because I was getting ready. Like I was making money for myself, and like being able to focus on revenue and just making sure everything was like situated was what pushed me. Like I didn't really document everything. I just got shit done. And like that's the focus I try to have when I'm like going at my through my day to day. Like probably should, but I don't really plan things. I just remember it and just get after it.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
What about you, Kat? You just do things, right?
Yeah, I mean, I try like all right, I like to be structured as much as I can, but it don't work. So I get distracted real easy. And like I think if I start, and this is part of the reason I remember like when I first started Amazon, I used to wake up at like 4 a.m. because there's no distractions. So I would get all the stuff that I needed to get done for, my 9 to 5 and like school and everything super early in the morning before 90% of people are even awake. And then I could just do whatever. Cause like hop in your meetings and everything, but then I could just do, if I wanted to source, I could source. If I got distracted and I wanted to like go roll in the grass with my dog, like I'm gonna do that. Like, so for me, it's more so just trying to structure and schedule more so than a list of priorities. I kind of just take things on as they come. And I have like a list of things that I have for a week that I want to do. They don't always get done, but I kind of work on a week by week basis, and just like in the mornings I'll be like, all right, what's on this list, and then try to bang out as much as I can. But if something that I need to do does not end up on that list, just consider it forgotten about, consider it never getting done. If I don't write it down on that sheet of paper, on that list, I will forget about it in the next like 30 minutes, and it's game over.
Yeah, 100%. List cert.
And
Yeah, if I don't have a list, I'm done.
so a huge thing I see is like people like hammer away like optimization, planning out your schedule and all that stuff. But do you think that's crucial for success? Like, does everybody need to do that? Or should they, like, I'm a huge advocate for like leaning in to your predisposed like actions, like just whatever you already do, because it takes a lot less energy to do what you're already doing it well, and hopefully it's a good habit, than trying to learn something new and doing that very shitty.
Yeah.
And taking away from what you're already doing well. So what do you guys think on that?
That's a good question. I saw that I listened to a podcast that Corey was on, and he has like an AI thing that he uses for his calendar to like structure his day. I'm not like that. Like I think leaning into your nature, understanding how you work is the easiest thing to do and probably the most effective. But I don't know. I mean, maybe when you're operating at that level, you need to make changes. But I think like right now it's really like we just have businesses of one for the most part.
Yeah.
You can kind of get away with it, but maybe at some point it would make sense. I don't know. What do you think?
I like structuring things. I mean, like I like waking up at around the same time every morning. I like knowing that when I wake up, I'm going to get myself ready and go to the gym. Then I like to know that when I get back, I'm going to start working or whatever. Like, like I there's things that I that I want to do on repeat. So that way I don't have to think about them. I don't have to stress about them. And I can focus on things that are more important. Like going to the gym. I know when I'm going to do that and stuff. And I do have a journal where I do plan out like my days hour by hour, from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed. But like, there's no structure within those times. It's kind of like, oh, I'm going to work on Amazon between these hours. I'm going to work my 9 to 5 between these hours. I'm going to do my MBA homework between these hours. And my goal is to be in bed by then, so I can wake up by then and get like 9 hours of sleep. And that's kind of, I like chunk my day into like what I'm doing. I don't really like section it out. Like I'm working on this assignment at this time for 30 minutes. Like,
I don't do that. For me, it's like, I've got like 3 goals right now in the day. It's like workout. It's at some point, go for a walk and like work on Amazon. And it's not super structured. It's just get as much shit done as I can, because there's always going to be more.
That is true. And I feel like there's a certain level of neuroticism that comes with putting it like 30 minutes by 30 minutes. Like having that general hour, it's like, I'm gonna do this, and I don't care what I do, just make sure I'm focusing on this task. Like I feel like that might be a little bit more effective and might take a little bit of stress away from the day-to-day, because I feel like really, really neurotic people might be really stressed because of this.
There have been times where I've like beat up on myself. Like if I don't like do something in a specific way by a specific time, then I would have like negative emotional responses to it. And that was not the move for me. So now it's like, got these 2 buckets. I got to hit them. We'll just do stuff, and I'll be able to quickly prioritize what I think is most important.
100%.
Billy Bob that joint.
Just
real
Billy
nice.
Bob.
Just Billy Bob it. Real nice.
Yeah. But sweet. So Q, where can people find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at QFBA44. And I mean, if you want to add me on Discord, it's just like Q4400. But
Ooh, Discord.
That's
man.
about it.
All right.
That's where you'll find me.
Sweet. Well, everybody that's listened, go ahead and drop him a follow. Great follow on Twitter. Only good vibes. Lots of jokes, so don't take anything too personally or anything. We all like to troll a little bit around here. But man, thank you for joining us, and I'm sure we'll have you on again at some point. It was a great interview.
I appreciate y'all having me. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.